Hey guys. So, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little basic Q&A kind of thing. I asked you guys on my Instagram, which I will make sure to tag below, so make sure to go follow that for future Q&As and things like that. I asked you guys to message me a question, and these are all the questions I got, so I'm just going to do a little basic answering of things that you guys want to ask. Okay, so some of these topics may have separate episodes that I have coming soon, like on my podcast and also on this channel, like as a whole. So I'm gonna try to go as much in detail as I can about them without like spoiling too much. So without further ado, let's just get like right into it. Okay, starting off simple, first question I have is my favorite music artist. So I don't have like a top artist. I listen to a lot of different like genres and types of music by a ton of different artists, but I'd say one of my top artists would have to be Frank Ocean, because I just love his music. It really just flows, and it's something that you can listen to like no matter what the occasion is. Like all his types of music, especially in Channel Orange and Blonde, are just like they fit in any scene that I'm thinking about or anytime I want to listen to them, if that makes sense. Okay, so the next question I have is, how did you get into making podcasts? So I always had like a rough idea in the back of my mind that I like wanted to create one, because people would always come to me for advice and things like that. And I was like, oh, YouTube at the time that I started this channel was not necessarily working out, because I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know like anything on what I wanted to do and how I wanted to like kind of incorporate my YouTube channel with my podcast. So because of that, it was kind of just like, what is something that I can do that's easy, efficient, and I can do it whenever I have the time? Because during the school year, it's really difficult to keep up with a consistent schedule, and that's one of my goals for the new year, to kind of have a set schedule for you guys on what days I'm posting my podcast, what days I'm posting my YouTube, and all these things. So podcasts were just like easy. You can listen to them anytime, and it was really easy to film them, because whenever like I was just bored or I just had nothing, like no homework that day, like as soon as I would come back home, it was just so easy to film and like kind of get into that environment, if that makes sense. I actually have an episode on my podcast about why I made the podcast and things and plans for it, so make sure to go check that out in the description. Okay, the next question is just my life goals. So as of right now, I want to be a teacher, specifically an English teacher. So I have no idea where I want to go to college, but I do know that wherever I go, I definitely want to continue with my podcast and my YouTube career, especially with the base that I'm already building right now. It's just a lot of fun. Okay, next question is, what is something that you've always wanted to do? So I would have to say I've just wanted to travel. Thankfully, like my parents have always have me experience traveling starting at a very young age. So I have an idea of like what places I've been to and which ones I want to go to, but I definitely say that traveling just like all over the world is on my list. I want to go explore everywhere, go to all the seas, like just travel the entire world. And speaking of traveling, there was an app that I had downloaded just a little bit ago. I kind of forgot the name, but if I remember, I'll put it in here. And so basically what it was it's just like you put in the countries and the places you've been to in the world, and then it calculates like what percent of the world you've seen, and it's really, really cool. If I remember mine, I'll put a screenshot in here now, but I just want to travel and explore all over and all the different cultures. Okay, the next question is, how do you manage school stress? So this is a common question that I've gotten asked a lot of times, especially within the school year, because it's just like crazy. It's like there's just so much going on that it's really hard to. But the first thing I would say is to get a planner. A lot of people are like online, like use Google Calendars, and if that works for you, then like I wish you all the best. But for me, I'm a physical planner person, so I need to have everything written out. Like prior to that week. So starting off like on Sunday, Saturday, on the weekend, I like plan out my week and I say, what day do I want this podcast to go out? What day do I want this video to go out? When do I want to do this homework? If I have a project, do this day. What day is a game? And you kind of just like plan out the important things in your life, and if once you have it set in an ideal schedule, then it makes it a lot easier to just like put in the small things, if that makes sense. So that's one way, is to just like keep yourself organized and keep it in a way to where you know and understand like what's going on and what your plans are. The second tip I'd say is to just manage your time wisely. And this is something that my family always says, like my parents are constantly saying this, but it's true, because the amount of time that you get in a day, and you want to make sure that you're keeping yourself also like taking care of yourself, not only physically but just mentally. And the time that you have after school, like schedule it out. For me, whenever I get back home from school, I take a nap and then I wake up and start my homework, and it works great for me. But if you're a person that's just like, as soon as you get home from school, you just can start your homework, then find a schedule that works best for you, and it'll make things like a lot less stressful and you'll have more time for yourself. Okay, the next question is, who has made the most influence in my life? So there's not just like one person. I feel like there's a ton of people that have influenced me to become the person that I am today. But definitely I have to say my parents, my sister, and the friends and family that you surround yourself with. And I have an episode coming out soon about this, but it's just important to surround yourself with like people that you love and truly care about, and who give the same effort back, if that makes sense. Because if you're just watering dead flowers, as I've said previously, like it's not gonna go anywhere. So you just want to surround yourself with good people, and the good influences that they put on you will effectively, like, they're eventually gonna show. Okay, these next two questions I'm kind of gonna merge together because I feel like they're really similar. And the questions are, how do I deal with outside forces affecting my life? And then how do you manage everything and going to school? So I have an episode coming about this later, just about like stress and overall. But I have to say that again, as previously said, having a planner and having everything like written down and set for your goals. But also, if you're at a place like school or work where there's always going to be people that are going to be jealous, and there's always going to be people that don't necessarily like you for what you do. And I think it's just really important to block out the negative energy and protect your energy. And I feel like that's something that it's on my board because I just like live by that. But protect your energy for the people who are just going to bring it down even more. If someone's like putting all this negativity into your life and just making you feel like down on yourself and putting you down constantly, then it's best to just keep them outside and keep them outside of your energy and not waste your own like precious time and effort and just all your personality, I guess. So with that being said, that is all that I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what other like video ideas you guys want to see. I have a whole bunch listed and ready to go. And make sure to go follow my socials. They are also linked down below, as well as go listen in to Life Lately with Shiva Saban. It's available on Google Podcasts and Spotify. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!